Hey guys, today I will be doing a review of My Bloody Valentine's Loveless. This is like one of my favorite albums in my whole life. It made a really great impression on me listening to this album. I know it for like maybe 15 years, not even longer. I had it on CD. It's my first edition of this album. I got it like in 2007 maybe, and last year they released a re-edition of this album, a fantastic vinyl edition. It was very hard to find for many years. I wanted to have Loveless on vinyl for a lot of time, and the prices were really high. They were like 100 euros, even more. Couldn't find a decent copy of this with a normal price, you know, and so I think that everybody was waiting for this album to get released, to be re-released, and finally Domino made this happen. Kevin Shields made another album after Loveless after nearly 20 years, so it was a big surprise from him. I hope that Shields will release also another album after MBV. We'll see. Maybe it won't last so long. Maybe it won't be 20 years, only 10. It was 9 years from that album, and well, let's wait for it. But this one, Loveless, is outstanding. This is like one of the best sounding records I have in my collection. The thing is that this is not a normal album that you can listen to in your daytime speakers. You have to listen to it loud, you know. You gotta focus on the music, on the shapes of those sounds. This is a record that guarantees you a lot of great fun if you're an audiophile, but it's not an album for audiophiles that I listen to, like Pink Floyd or Genesis or other prog rock bands that listen to sophisti-pop. The most important thing about Loveless is that this album sounds like no other one in the history of rock music. When you listen to shoegaze bands like Slowdive, or let's say Chapter House, or Starflyer, or Cocteau Twins, nothing sounds like Loveless. This album is heavy. It has layers and layers of guitars put one on another. It doesn't even sound like, let's say, a Siamese Dream by the Smashing Pumpkins, where you also have loads of guitars covering each other. Well, this one has like tectonic, heavy sounds of guitars that wash you away. It's all about combining noise and beautiful melodies. No one other creates songs and produces them like Kevin Shields. And the 2013 album MBV also proved this, that Kevin Shields is still a genius. That's why I wait for his next album. As I said, don't know how much time we're gonna wait for it, but I'm so happy that I got this Loveless with a normal price, you know, this reissue. Let's see how it is released. This album comes in this beautiful gatefold. I have it in plastic, so I'll take it out. It's very, you know, glossy, polished. Came in two editions. The one was quite more expensive, the one I got. And the difference is that this record was released with this polished gatefold. And also it was made from the master tapes. So like, I don't quite believe it, but you could have read that the cheaper one had was like the CD version. It wasn't directly from the master tapes, and I very wanted to have this in this special edition with the master tapes, the analog. This is like the analog full sound of Loveless. And of course, this is 180 gram vinyl. It's a standard at these times. It's thick, it's really thick, as it should be. I don't think that 180 grams gives you a real big difference than an album that had like 120 from the 70s. My first CD of Loveless was the first one, which was released in 1991, and then in 2012 they re-released all of their discography, and I got this CD, this double CD. It's like, it looks almost the same, so it's cardboard, the same graphics. But this album comes in two versions. It writes here is remastered from the original tape, and the second one is remastered from the original half-inch analog tapes. Well, to be honest with you, I didn't find any difference between those two CDs. But well, some people say that there are like two tracks when you can really hear the difference. And I still think that this one is the definitive Loveless experience. I think that this vinyl like gives you the full gratitude what comes from this genius album. Well, I love all the songs that are recorded here. I think that the best one is To Hear Knows When, because it's the most extreme one. It has those very heavy layers of guitar combined with Belinda Butcher's beautiful, eerie voice, but also the song Blown a Witch, which sounds like Cocteau Twins. I love Cocteau Twins, is my favorite band, so I always like this song too. It's like more of a dream pop song than the rest one of the tracks, but also When You Sleep is a classic. It's really an indie rock classic. And soon, the track that's ending this album is wow. It's really, it's not shoegaze even. It's giving you the experience of which came on the 2013 album, like My Bloody Valentine, incorporating drum and bass in their song. This is something that like gets you out of the comfort zone of the rock music. This whole album is probably for a rockist, for someone who is listening to typical rock bands. This album is not fit, will not fit into his taste probably. Who will not understand it, but if you gave it time, if you listen to it more, I think that this cult classic, this album which is loved by many music fans, just can get into you and consume you.